What's up, football family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the biggest stories, the boldest takes, and the inside scoop from the world of the NFL. And today, we've got a story that's got the entire league buzzing. Cleveland is no stranger to drama when it comes to quarterbacks. Over the years, we've seen big names arrive, big hopes rise, and unfortunately, many of those hopes crash just as fast. But this year feels different. This year, there's a fresh face in town, and he's carrying a name that already comes with a built-in spotlight. I'm talking about none other than Shedeur Sanders, the young quarterback drafted by the Cleveland Browns in the 2025 NFL Draft, and yes, the son of the legendary Deion Sanders, also known as Coach Prime. But here's the kicker, folks. It's not his dad putting pressure on him this time, no sir. It's a Browns legend, a man who knows what it means to wear that orange and brown with pride, and his message is clear. The expectations for Shedeur Sanders aren't just high, they're sky high. Let's unpack this because it's a conversation that could shape the future of the Cleveland Browns franchise. Shedeur Sanders hasn't even played a single NFL snap yet, hasn't thrown a single regular season pass, but the noise surrounding him is getting louder by the day. And now, former Browns great Josh Cribbs has entered the chat. And when Josh Cribbs talks about Cleveland football, people listen. Cribbs isn't just some former player throwing out random hot takes. This is a guy who gave his heart and soul to the Browns. He knows what it means to fight for every yard, to battle through adversity, and to represent one of the most passionate fan bases in all of sports. So when Cribbs boldly stated that Shedeur Sanders could soon be on the same level as NFL MVPs Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, it wasn't just a passing comment. It was a challenge, a declaration, and a message to the entire football world that Cleveland might finally have their guy. And let's be clear, comparing any rookie quarterback to Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow is no small thing. We're talking about two of the most electrifying, game-changing, and successful quarterbacks in the NFL today. Lamar Jackson, with his jaw-dropping speed and playmaking ability, continues to be the heartbeat of the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Burrow, cool under pressure and deadly accurate, has led the Cincinnati Bengals to heights the franchise hadn't seen in decades. For Shedeur Sanders to be mentioned in the same breath as those two elite players before even taking a snap, that's the kind of pressure that can either make or break a young quarterback. And that's exactly what makes this story so fascinating. Now, what makes Cribbs' statement even more significant is how he framed it. This isn't just about talent, though Shedeur has plenty of it. It's about leadership. It's about composure when the game is on the line. It's about the ability to command a locker room, win the trust of your teammates, and deliver when it matters most. Cribbs believes Shedeur Sanders has all those qualities. He believes that with the right coaching, the right support system, and the right mentality, Shedeur can rise to the top of the AFC North, one of the toughest and most competitive divisions in the entire NFL. And speaking of the AFC North, let's talk about what Shedeur is walking into. This isn't just any division. This is a war zone for quarterbacks. Every week, you're facing elite defenses and fierce rivalries. Lamar Jackson will continue to electrify Baltimore with his dual-threat magic. Joe Burrow remains the cornerstone of the Bengals' rise from mediocrity to contender status. The Pittsburgh Steelers never stay down for long, and Cleveland fans are desperate, absolutely desperate, for a quarterback to finally bring consistency and glory to this franchise. The weight of history, of heartbreak, and of hope is now sitting squarely on Shedeur Sanders' shoulders. Despite having experienced veteran Joe Flacco on the roster and former first-round pick Kenny Pickett in the quarterback room, it's Shedeur Sanders who has captured the imagination of the fan base. The hope is that he's the answer to a question Cleveland has been asking for decades. Can he be the one to finally stabilize the quarterback position? Can he be the leader who doesn't just flash potential, but actually delivers week after week, season after season? The comparisons to Jackson and Burrow set an unbelievably high bar. Some might call it unfair, others might say it's premature. But in the world of professional football, fair doesn't exist. It's about results. And Shedeur will have to start delivering those results quickly if he wants to meet the towering expectations already placed upon him. The path ahead won't be easy. The AFC North will test Shedeur like no other division could. Every snap, every pass, every mistake will be scrutinized by fans and analysts alike. The pressure isn't coming, it's already here. And it's coming from legends like Josh Cribbs, from fans who've suffered too long, and from a franchise desperate for a hero. But here's the thing about pressure. It can either crush you or turn you into a diamond. So the question now is simple. Can Shedeur Sanders rise to the challenge? Can he turn potential into production? Can he not only wear the crown as the future of the Browns, but also wear it proudly while going head-to-head with Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow? That's the story we'll be watching unfold, and trust me, every Browns fan, every AFC North rival, and every NFL analyst will be watching too. What if I told you the Cleveland Browns might already be considering parting ways with one of their biggest quarterback additions of the offseason? Yes, you heard that right. Kenny Pickett, the quarterback once hailed as the next face of the Pittsburgh Steelers, could now be on the move again, before even taking a regular season snap in a Browns uniform. It's a story filled with twists, surprising decisions, and classic NFL drama, and today, we're going to break it all down for you. Kenny Pickett's journey through the NFL has been anything but ordinary. Drafted in the first round back in 2022 by the Pittsburgh Steelers, Pickett was seen as the franchise's heir apparent after the retirement of legendary quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. Steelers fans pinned their hopes on him, believing he could lead Pittsburgh into a new era. For like so many young quarterbacks entering the league with sky-high expectations, Pickett's early career didn't quite follow the script. While he showed flashes of talent and leadership, inconsistency and injuries hampered his ability to fully cement his place as the team's long-term solution. Fast forward to this offseason, and the news broke that shocked both Steelers and Browns fans alike. Kenny Pickett was traded to Cleveland in a move that very few people saw coming. The Browns, a team long searching for quarterback stability, suddenly added a young, experienced player with starting pedigree. Fans and analysts immediately speculated about what this could mean for the team's quarterback room, especially with veteran Joe Flacco coming off a heroic late-season stretch and rookie Shedeur Sanders arriving to plenty of fanfare and excitement. Now, just months later, Pickett's name is back in the headlines, and not in the way Browns fans might have hoped. According to one prominent NFL analyst, the Browns could be exploring the idea of trading Kenny Pickett once again, this time to capitalize on his current market value. While it might sound surprising at first, when you step back and look at the situation, it actually makes a lot of sense. The Browns' quarterback room has quietly become one of the most intriguing storylines in the entire league. On one hand, you have Joe Flacco, the former Super Bowl MVP and last season's unexpected savior for Cleveland. His leadership and ability to stabilize the offense in tough moments proved invaluable, and he's back this season as a reliable option under center. Then there's Shedeur Sanders, the rookie phenom, drafted this spring with all the hype you'd expect from a player who lit up the college football world. He's young, hungry, and expected to seriously compete for a starting job. That leaves Kenny Pickett in a tough spot. At 26 years old, he's no longer a wide-eyed rookie, but he's still young enough to be viewed as a developmental asset with starting experience. The issue? There's no clear path for him to start in Cleveland, and with his rookie contract still in effect, he holds significant trade value. For quarterback-needy teams looking for a capable backup or a potential long-term project, Pickett represents a rare opportunity. And that's where the Atlanta Falcons come into the conversation. According to recent speculation, Atlanta could be a prime destination for Pickett if the Browns decide to move him. The Falcons made headlines earlier this year when they signed veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins to a staggering $180 million deal. Cousins, despite his accolades, is not getting any younger, and behind him the Falcons lack a proven long-term option. Bringing in Pickett would give Atlanta a young, experienced quarterback who could develop behind Cousins, serve as an insurance policy, and perhaps even be groomed as his eventual replacement. From Cleveland's perspective, it's a classic NFL roster puzzle. Do you keep a talented player like Pickett as depth, risking him getting minimal reps and losing trade value over time? Or do you cash in now, while the market still values young quarterbacks with starting experience? It's a tough decision, especially for a team looking to finally break through in the ultra-competitive AFC North. As training camp approaches, it's clear that this is one of the most fascinating storylines to watch. Pickett's future in Cleveland remains uncertain, but the possibility of a trade seems very real. The Browns could use the opportunity to add draft capital, bolster another position of need, or even bring in a veteran piece to support their playoff ambitions. And for Pickett, a fresh start in a situation like Atlanta could be exactly what he needs to get his career back on track. But let's not forget, the NFL is a league where everything can change in an instant. One injury, one preseason standout, or one bold trade can flip the script overnight. Pickett could just as easily end up seizing an unexpected opportunity in Cleveland if circumstances shift. The quarterback room is crowded, the competition is fierce, and training camp battles are often unpredictable. For now, all eyes remain on Kenny Pickett. Will the Browns keep him and risk losing trade value? Will they move him to Atlanta or another quarterback-hungry team? Or will an injury elsewhere in the league open up a new opportunity entirely? One thing's for sure, the drama is far from over, and there you have it, football fans. Another off-season quarterback saga brewing in Cleveland, a city no stranger to quarterback drama. If you love following the latest NFL trades, training camp battles, and behind-the-scenes rumors, make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications because you won't want to miss what happens next in this story. Drop your predictions in the comments. Should the Browns trade Kenny Pickett or hold on to him as a valuable backup option? I want to hear your take. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and as always, I'll catch you in the next video.